Cool. Okay, so welcome. Today we have another beautiful, divine, feminine leader, one of my gorgeous clients and friends, Jade, Jade Gaia. You'll be following her online pretty soon. She's a dynamic, incredible human, and she's just going to talk to us a little bit about her experience and transformation during our time together. Welcome, Jade.
Hello, thanks for having me.
You're so welcome, darling. It's always good to see your face in the morning. So let's just start and just, obviously the girls and everyone that's going to be seeing this, just tell us a little bit about you, like a little bit about who you are and, being a mum and that, and then we'll get into some of the questions that I want to ask.
Yeah, well, I'm Jade Gaia. Hello, I'm a single mum of two gorgeous spirited children. Savannah's 8 and Sebi's 4.5. I've been a single mum for 3.5 years now, I think. So it's been a journey. And I'm a holistic health and healing coach. So just been doing a lot of my own healing and working on myself and self-care and learning to come back to self-love so that I can teach that to my children and be able to support others in that field as well.
Oh my goodness. It's so much. She's a perfect client. Listen to this girl. She's already doing it. She's doing the thing. When she found me and we found each other, and that's a whole nother, like we'd need a whole nother.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
Yeah, we need
divine intervention.
Divine intervention, exactly. The universe brought us back together and it's just been phenomenal. So that's great. Just so people get a snapshot of who you are. And, this is all about really accessing that divine feminine that we all have in us and being the leader and leading with energy. The program, as we discussed, is all about understanding the energetics of motherhood and how you lead with your energy. Really, not much else. If your energy is on point, everybody's coming with you. And
I've learned this the hard way. Yes.
You have, and so did I. And this is the point of this whole program, is to shortcut that for women so they don't have to do that on their own. So I'm so excited to have you here. So tell me then, what was it that led you to do this work? Like, obviously we divinely were brought back together. That was out of our control. But what led you to really dive deep into the healing? Like, I know you've been doing healing over years. What was it that made you go, snappo, I'm committed to this? What's the driving force?
I've got goosebumps. I've not been asked this question, so this is good. I have done a lot of healing, coming back to myself, because it all started with like childhood trauma and just having to, the black sheep of the family, and having to find myself and find my way, navigate through the challenges of life. And I always had this innate feeling that there was something deeper within me that I was here to share. I've always been connected to spirit and just other sort of consciousnesses, it was a deep knowing. And I just followed. I've been guided by my angels, absolutely, but without realizing. So it's just been one step after the other, and one teacher that's just landed on my lap as the journey's gone. I've just been guided. I don't know how else to explain it. And I knew I wanted to do things differently. I knew I was here for something bigger. I knew I was here to break the generational trauma in my family lineages, which, I've got goosebumps. It starts with me, so I stop any of that trauma following on for my children. And then finding you've helped me dive even deeper into the energetics of it all and really taught me where the blocks are on a deeper level to all of the other work that I've done. So I was just guided. It's just
you
all
were
been
guided.
one step after the other. Yeah.
Jade Gaia, baby. Jade Gaia got guided. I love it.
Yes.
I love that. And that's the answer. Like, it doesn't have to be like a moment or a thing. I just always ask people, because I do think we haven't necessarily thought about that, because we've, I feel so connected to you and all the women that I work with, because we all are a little bit that black sheep. We're that little girl that knew we were special and different, and we kind of got swept away in a bunch of 3D reality and family stuff. And so I feel so connected to that. It's just this reigniting of a knowing, like you already knew it.
Yeah, it's a remembering. And what I just heard then, I think for other people that are listening that might not feel like they're guided or, they're seeking, I have always sought answers as well. So because I've gone through a lot of rock bottoms where I'm just, you know, flawed, depression, anxiety, health issues. So I've just always been seeking answers, like how can I help myself out of these places
Yeah.
and out of this darkness, and what's the deeper meaning, and how can I, you know, because I have to be there for my children. So I have to sort this out. Like only I can save myself. So I have to find the answers, you know, and then when you ask that, like, help me, you know, a lot of praying, help me find the answers. What's the next step? It shows up.
It shows up, and this is the trust, and this is the trust factor that we're going to build in this program, this understanding. Once you embrace and live and embody energy instead of the rat race, then
Yes.
you hear the intuition and you hear the call and you get the answers. And that's what I feel with you, and this has been the same, everybody watching with Jade and the healing that she has shown up to. It doesn't all, you don't always feel like it doesn't always feel great at the moment that it's triggered in you, but she has showed up consistently with grace, with just courage, because as you can hear her say, she's it. And this is actually, when I hear her speak, it's for her babies. It's like, I don't want them to suffer like I have suffered. And that is the divine feminine. They are the women we are. This is who I'm looking for. This is who's looking for me, because all we're going to do is ignite that already knowing, give you the tools to heal, and then we're just all gonna rise. And so it excites me beyond.
Yeah,
So
this program is going to be next level. So yes, you know, it'll be for the women that are looking. It'll just show up on their path, and it'll just be like, yes, like that's it. They'll know.
And they'll trust. That's what I want, the trust back in, right? So, okay, so tell me this. So from working, have you achieved what you hoped to by working together? Like when you think about what you were wanting before we caught up, have you achieved that?
I didn't even know what I was getting myself into, but it's been beyond anything that I could have imagined. It's, you know, I've done many different healing modalities. I've had many different teachers. I've been on that healing journey for a while, and this has been by far the most profound thing that I've done.
Yeah.
And I've got goosebumps. It's been the thing to really help me shift the most. You know, I've been in loops for years and years of the same crap going around in my head. No matter how much I'm moving forward, there would always be stuff pulling me back. And that's because of the energetics, which I didn't really fully understand that, even though I knew energy, you know. I didn't really know all the deep stuff that was still stored in there and how to get it out. So working with you, it's just catapulted me big time.
Yeah, it's the catalyst. That's what I hear that from a few clients. They're like, you know, I think the women that are coming into this and that are on my path, as my sort of marketing language speaks to, I'm looking for spiritually minded mums. I'm looking for those mums that are already on the cusp, because they're ready for that change. They're ready to commit to change. They're not kind of like, it's like, no, I've had enough. Like I've had enough of that. And
you hit that rock bottom kind of moment, and you just know, like, you're seeking that help and support.
100%. And that's when the people show up, when you're ready and open to receive, and you've nailed that. So okay, so tell me this, what has been the value of doing this work? Like, what's life like now compared to kind of where it was?
I have literally jumped timelines like that. Like, and I don't even know much about that, but I feel like now that I understand what that is, I don't know if everybody on the call or watching will know, but it's literally got, like, I feel like I've stepped out of one way of being and life path, you know, just the same shit going over and over and over and just feeling stuck, to like this whole other path that is like new chapter, new book, and it's flowing. Like I'm finally in trust and surrender and just allowing in, like I'm receiving more than I ever received. I'm like closer to my kids. I'm calmer. I'm, you know, I have my moments, but definitely more patient and present. And just, I'm just in more trust. Absolutely.
Trust.
Whereas I wasn't trusting before. Like I was trying to push hard and make things happen and, you know, get stuff done. Whereas I think the biggest thing for me working with you is letting go of all of those stories, is just allow me to just be and trust and flow. Like, and things are going to start coming in. Like, so much has started to come in. Like,
We've used that word so much, just to share with everyone, in a lot of Jade's healing and growth, flow, and these beautiful feminine words where, yeah, it's about flow. It's about not the masculine anymore. It's about getting the energy cleared and then just sitting in the feminine and letting that flow. And that's what she's doing perfectly.
Yeah, and I think, like, being a single mum, I've had to be a lot in my masculine because I'm in charge. And so then I've forgotten how to be in that feminine flow, and that's where I was getting stuck. So now it's like learning, how do I work with both the masculine and feminine, and like dance between the two in different things, you know, and not be just so masculine all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a little visitor that might want to say a quick hello to Jade, that knows Jade. Say, hi, Jade.
Oh, hey, Billy.
Hi.
Hey, Bill.
He's going to watch some TV. You hop down. That Mummy's nearly done with Jade. She's got to go. So that's beautiful, beautiful. Not at the moment. We will in a moment, though. In a moment. So the value, so life sounds amazing. And what I hear from that is specifically that identity. So you really, when you talk about timelines, I think something others might relate to that's not timelines is that leaving that old identity, that person you identified with for so long, and having this new woman that you're building, and you're building her. She's not done. She's like a creation.
Oh, we're just at the start. Yeah, the beginning.
I know. So, okay, cool. So I've got this little person with me, which is fine, but we're nearly done anyway. So what would you like others to know who might be considering embarking on this journey? So what's something you'd like them to know, or just anything to share with them? Doesn't have to be.
If it comes across your path, like if it shows up for you, then there's no coincidences in life. So you just gotta follow the signs. If it's there, look into it, feel into it. And if you feel into it and you're like, there's something there, just trust it and like step forward. It's just one step at a time, and you will definitely won't regret it. Like, Jackie's amazing, best coach, best friend, best person I have in my life. So I'm truly grateful. So I know that you won't regret it.
No, that is so, and like literally this is what it's all for, you know. And Jade is, just so everybody knows, an incredible holistic healing coach, PT, energetic, like she's everything. And so she's doing all this same stuff for me, and we work together, and I've had many of her treatments as well, and she works with me weekly, and we do holistic PT. Like, it's just divine what you can embrace and allow in when you are in your feminine and in your flow, as Jade shared. And that's what the program will bring us to, because once we're dealing with the traumas and the re-triggering of those things, and that's no longer there's all this space. And when there's space, energy flows. And so I think Jade spoke perfectly to that. And I feel honored to have been thrown in her path. And yeah, as she said, if this has come on your path, I'm a big believer in that too. I've invested a lot into my training and my life and my healing, because I have just kept moving forward with it. It would be hard, and I would come back again and again, time and again, to get to the end.
Yeah, and I feel like this is the time, like this time on earth at the moment, we're needing more divine feminine energy to show up, because we need to be able to move the earth forward. And you know, you're doing this job to call forward all of these beautiful women that are sitting there needing that support, you know. So we can all come together in that community and just rise up together. It's amazing.
Totally. And to not have to feel, one thing I know that I relate to and resonates with me deeply, because I experienced it, is so much of our time is spent also worrying about our children. It's honestly, it's like 50% of what goes on in our head, even if it's we've overreacted, we've yelled, and then we worry about what that's done to them, and we worry about them at school.
My goodness.
We worry about their health. We worry about when they're with friends. We just worry, right? And so what this allows is this incredible healing of you that translates to healing of them, which again, more space, right? Because the worry goes, and then we're left with this beautiful kind of connection with them that doesn't need to have all the worry. And that's where I'm at now. And I didn't imagine I'd ever be here. And that's what I want to share with women. It's possible. We're there.
And something that came through to me yesterday was, and that you and I have spoken about, is, you know, when we grew up, and I think a lot of women that come to the course, you know, will have had a lot of trauma and all the things too. But if we weren't taught how to love, then, you know, a lot of the times we don't know then how to love as well. So it like breaks down, it just allows more love in so that we can give more love to ourselves, to our kids, to society. And then, you know, it's that domino effect of love, you know, and that's what's needed. Yeah.
The ripple, the ripple, the ripple. We spoke about
and I
that.
think
Yeah.
this course will be a lot about that too, just bringing women back to themselves and remembering love to themselves so that they have more love to give the kids and more space, like you're saying.
Yes, yes, yes. You're doing it, and she's rocking it, everyone. Like just know she's on the up and up, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. She's also
not
learned
going back there. No way.
No way. And she's also learned to relax, like to be out of the masculine and feel comfortable with that. That is a hard task if you've been an A-type personality achiever your whole life. And really, it's so much of what holds us back from our divine feminine is because we're not comfortable being slow and allowing things instead of making them
resting.
Happen. And resting.
Self-care, self-love, you know, nurture.
Who would have
and every time I've spoken to that I've done with my healing, they have no time for themselves. They're just busy. They're doing. There's no space like for love and nurture for themselves at all.
Yeah.
And that's what stepping into our divine feminine will allow more of. You know, like we need more of that because then our children follow on from that.
Totally. We don't need to work hard. They just do it because they're watching it happen in front of their eyes, and it's so powerful.
That was me as well. You know. Yeah, that's what I watched happen. There was no love or time. You weren't allowed to rest. No. If you rest, you're like weak. You know, you won't get anywhere if you rest. But it's so the opposite. So
it's so the opposite. Like we're here to love and live, and yes, it's beautiful, my darling. So Jade's off to do her stuff now because she's just such a legend out there doing and spreading all this love. So I'm going to love you and leave you, and thank you so much for joining us today, gorgeous woman.
Welcome.
And I'm going to see you every week. And I'm sure the other ladies watching this are going to see you somewhere out there as well.
Yeah, I've got an online session now and then a healing today. So I'm excited.
I'm excited for you, gorgeous. I really am. So thank you again for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye, Jade. Okay.